What's going on, everyone? It's your boy BX Brother 718 underscore TV live with Madden NFL 20. Legacy Football League Custom Franchise Mode Season 1 Week 3. Got my Oakland Raiders going up against Hirsch and his 2-0 Minnesota Vikings. Looking to capitalize off a Week 2 win versus the Chiefs. This is going to be a tough one. Hirsch definitely seems to have his boys rocking. Start the season
Coach,
out.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. We can't be having that.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Heavy, heavy. I'm the 10, 10. There's a hood.
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
This is fucking crazy, man.
And we'll take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Stop your whining.
734. Hey, exit. Express.
Mark 54. Here I come.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff to Crowell. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
We're good. 180. You're mine. Hey, dude.
To throw, it's Carr. This is Crowell on the catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets...
And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Kill.
Lucky 48.
It's a safety creep. Check the hot read.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Watch the slat. Watch the slat. Watch the slat. Check three.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go
Nigga's a
between
fucking
12 and
bum,
24,
yo.
25
Fuck
plays.
out of here, yo.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Carr. Caught left side, Williams. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Check 52.
White.
The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Later one. Hey, Charlie.
54.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Carr going to throw. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 5.
Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are back within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with
Yo,
height,
DeMarco, what's going on with you, bro?
Speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever.
Over here getting this custom
Results in a
franchise
touchdown.
mode league game
Following
in.
the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored...
And the Raiders have got him. Benson Mayoa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check. Check out.
Hey, Ken.
54.
Hey, wahoo. Where's the hot?
Cousins to throw it. Throw left side on target to Thielen.
Supposed to be right
Good
fucking
pickup
there.
there. 18 yards as they
Oh,
get
that's
closer for 3rd
Lance.
down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The hunt. What are these?
Mike 50. Your track.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the
What's the
34-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Weil, to kick it away. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now Brown. Oh, a nice spin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Oh, man, I love it, man.
Now the
I definitely like it. I hope they
offense
don't,
heading
you know,
back
I
onto
hope,
the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go around.
EA don't fuck with
Obviously,
it,
they'll be
man.
hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, come on now.
93.
Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught on the right side. Williams. 20. 10.
Let's go.
And
Good
all
play.
the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
Good play. Way to get back in the game.
Tyrell Williams.
We had 2
His
back-to-back
first
fumbles,
touchdown
man.
here of the new campaign.
Opening
And the
drive.
Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Crowell fumbled. They picked it up and returned it for a TD. The next drive, we get the ball moving.
Being able to tackle
Get across the
as soon
50.
as a guy
Give him the
catches
ball.
the
He
football.
fumbles
Didn't
again.
work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack
And then he
yardage,
scores on the next drive.
that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Taiwan. What's Gucci, boy? What is really good? Every time I try this play here, man, I end up getting cooked.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10.
See? Yep, there you go.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty
Yeah,
good
man, I'm
pattern of
Gucci,
that
man. I'm just
happening.
maintaining. Trying to get this W over here, man. How about you, man? You got Madden 20?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
25, check 22, 2.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, after that pickup of a 1st down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
36.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Hey, Alpha.
59. Here we go, G.
To try again after the sack. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs.
What's the flag?
Oh, it's going to be brought down by the face
Come
mask.
on.
Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. Gets around him. Oh, now he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night, they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Martin. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's
Can we stop with the noise, please?
Can cover deep as well.
Man.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. 93. Under 5. Express. 4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. 3 bus.
Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. An update from Buffalo. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Dame, what it do, boy?
Now is this one sent away?
Don't be out there hating, man. Don't be doing it.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was
crazy
weaker than maybe you thought, and going
Silkies all day.
So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter.
Listen, you're not gonna go anywhere if you don't sit fast. You're starting to piss me off now. Come on.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Wide.
Watch the run, watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Check
Right
54.
there, hot.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And complete right side to Cook.
Oh my God, yo.
Fighting his way through contact. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here I come. Watch the eye.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge game.
Yep, well, I'll put it through the
followed by a
calculator today, man, and see what
sizable
it'll do.
loss here.
We got time. You already played your game.
Mike,
Get hot. 180.
Mike, Mike forward.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. Smith catches left side. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Get hot. 180.
All day. Hey, alert. Mike's 50. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Good route here. Hey, Echo. Get hot.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Oh, why you didn't swat the ball?
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the
Come
first
on,
half.
man.
It's a
Right
1st
on
down.
that.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Vontaze Burfict coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Boom.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Watch the screen.
Throwing, Cousins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Not today, you are. Not
Express.
right there. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Check back.
Carr now on 1st down. And he will not get away from the pressure here.
Man.
Carr taken down.
Get away from the
Anthony Barr
pressure.
comes rumbling in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm
Cover
an
3.
offensive coordinator and I see
Fire
an all-out
zone.
rush
That's
like
out of a
that,
4-6.
I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw his Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Yo, Prof, what's going on, man?
He'll come up now, 3rd
The hell you been
and
at,
Yeah,
boy?
I'd be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
long. Here's Carr.
He was right on that, too. Good shit. What's up with my guys in the tackling? Ah, man, I'm getting worked on this game, man. Ah, it's on aggressive. That's why.
Beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice
Hey, did you cop that Madden, or
run, and it's 2nd and 4.
you left that alone?
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big
No, I
hit,
see that,
but
man.
You know they'll take that type
I
of
definitely
result
see
on
that.
each and every attempt.
His ass stays on the fucking. He stays on his
6
feet,
yards on that
man.
last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown.
Oh, nah, copy that, copy that.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
How the kids doing and everything? She good, yo. Getting on my last nerves,
It
man.
took them an
Making a
extra
lot of
look,
things
but they
difficult,
found
bro.
out it is a touchdown
I tell you that
the
much.
official says this one counts. Barely got the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
You know, she became a
Bailey
he
now
became
to
a
kick it
totally
away
different
after
person,
the
man.
touchdown.
You know, outside of all of that, you know,
That'll be
beat the
taken in
situation
end zone.
and just, I don't even know who she is,
And
man.
he's able to
She's
get it
just
across
different,
the
man.
20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Put a lot of outside people, you know, first over the family and shit. That's my biggest pet peeve.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 43.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins.
Same fucking plays, man.
Feeling complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47.
Well, the same route.
Yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He juked him, and Diggs has it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds.
What's up, man,
being
man?
erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, it's Cook. He's tackled a yard.
Hey, LeVar, what's going on with you over there, man? How you doing?
Gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Copy that, copy that. What's your hours for the day, man? What time you get out?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 49. Check.
Hey, flicker.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I don't think you got it, son.
Cousins now. And it's caught. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2nd and goal from the 1.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
On his squad, I have no idea.
He's coming, double up. Check.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he is met in his
4 to 11:30. Okay,
behind the
okay.
line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Bailey's kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah.
First and 10
I think I do.
22. They begin with a run by Crowell. Give him 5.
I need to get a faster halfback for sure, though.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
54 Mike.
Here we go.
From the 27, Carr.
Oh, my God.
Another turnover.
Definitely ain't coming back now.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kimmons. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before
defensively
we get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it.
Yeah, that's definitely all she wrote, man. I try 4-3 base.
That's fielded in the end zone.
I would like to go to 3-4, but I don't got the linebackers like that.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy.
Hey, Chance, what's going on, bro?
Taking a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Offensively, I think my scheme is a vertical threat. I have to double check.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll run on first down. Crowell, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some.
Okay, what's the name of the league? This is my league. I run this league here.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Bland. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Yeah, I would. I hit him a couple times over the top, but he's been keeping the safety over there, man. So it's been a little bit harder to get him deep like that. This guy, he's no slouch, man. He's one of the top dudes in my league too, so he knows what he's doing.
Hey, 734.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field.
All right, I got
While
to
the
rush
trainers
quick.
take a look, we'll step aside. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook.
Oh my God, man. I don't understand how my guys don't. They don't even react to him when they run past him. They just let him go right past him. But
and the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead.
Yeah, definitely one of those games, man. I can't win them all, man.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down.
That's a fact. That's definitely what I do, too. So we'll get in the lab. Me and him go back and forth, so since last year. This year I took a weaker team in these Raiders, so it's gonna be a rough road, man, until I get him up, man. Offensive line is weak, everything.
He's gonna be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
So I'm gonna just try to milk this clock, though.
Second down.
I got to get up out of here.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On third down, Crowell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Crowell. And they'll get to him after a gain.
Thank you. Other one was a nice one too, man. If he can get his ass
I mean, this size,
off of the damn lineman.
Intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Look at that. Like, I mean, linemen can't even hold, man. It's crazy.
Back near midfield at the 49.
Once I get some better linemen, man, it's
a loss of 3 on the play. And
be a little bit better.
2nd and 13.
Thank you.
Now they'll throw with Carr.
Look at that. He don't block the guy. I mean, oh, God.
For his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Check 9.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Where Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now a handoff here.
Look, like you see what I'm saying? Like you see the lineman?
5 yards is
Like the lineman turns and faces him, but he runs right past the lineman.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school.
All right, LeVar, man, you take it easy, bro, man.
Tough, hard, gritty run.
I'll catch you another
Behind
time
his
for sure.
pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Get tired of seeing me.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
We're going. We're going. Let's go. Wait, hot.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Lose one. Check 26. Check 26. We got you.
On 2nd down, Cook. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Damn, baby.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. He's got daylight. He's at the 30.
I don't even know what happened there.
5.
But I'm going to take it.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground.
Carlson now
Put
to
the
add
fist
the
back on the
extra
table
point.
now.
And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Oh, yeah.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
Right down. 180.
Mike 54. So don't say nothing.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Break down. 54 Mike.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Again, it's Crowell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on first down. Crowell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9
Hey, good game,
yards
Hirsch.
on
Good
first
game.
down.
Way to dominate, man. Way to dominate that second half.
Big offensive
Alright, I'm out of here.
leading
Thanks for
them to
tuning in with your boy
victory.
BXBrother718_TV with Madden NFL20 Legacy Football League Custom Franchise Mode Week 3 Season 1. My Oakland Raiders just got pummeled by Hirsch and his Minnesota Vikings. Tune in next week for more action. Peace.